Hey, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me in this video. In this particular video, I will be covering a new program by the government to help a lot of people that are financially unable to move forward or build wealth in this economy. Due to the effect of the pandemic in the recent times, a lot of people, about 50 million people, do exist in the economy that have no credit scores or are unable to access credit facilities that are provided by the government. So the government came about this program, which is called Project Reach. So what is Project Reach, you may ask? Before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Stephen Ojo, and on this channel we talk about aviation and finance. If you're interested in any of those, please consider subscribing. And also, as we go along with this video, if you find value in it, please give it a thumbs up. So what is Project Reach? Project Reach stands for Roundtable for Economic Access and Change, which brings about leaders from banking, business, technology, and national civil rights organizations to reduce the specific barriers that prevent full, equal, and fair participation in the nation's economy. So why was this program created, and what is the goal of this program? It says here, nearly 50 million people in the United States have no usable credit scores, making credit less accessible and more expensive for them. Establishing an alternative credit scoring methods that regulators recognize as a safe and fair tool to assist underwriting can help millions of people. So how is this program going to enable these people to secure credit facilities that may help to improve the economy and improve their lives? Well, I have to give you a quick background to that because I came from Nigeria as an immigrant about 10 years ago. And if you're familiar with my channel and you know my story, you know that I had no credit score, had no credit history, and I struggled to gain simple things like housing, because if I wanted to rent a house, I would end up having to put down 2 months of rent, security deposit, and even after securing a place, then I also have to worry about the utilities. So for example, if you want to set up power, internet, you end up having to pay deposits again. What do you think this is doing to my wallet? Well, it's squeezing my wallet because I'm putting too much money on the table just because I have no credit facilities. And remember, if I'm in a position that I didn't have enough money, well, I might not be able to afford a house or be able to afford, simple things like having power to the house or even internet, which further holds people down the ability to build wealth. Because if you are unable to provide accommodation, food, shelter for yourself, the basic amenities are not met and people end up in the streets with no quality educations or skills. So the goal of the program is to establish an alternative credit scoring method that regulators recognize as a safe, fair tool to assist underwriting, convert bank-owned housing inventories into affordable homes through low-cost transfer and renovation loans, and address the structural barriers and harness market forces to create affordable financial products that allow minority groups and low-income Americans to own homes and start businesses. Recently, JP Morgan Chase Bank and other big banks came together to address this problem by discussing how they can provide this alternative method of issuing credit to people without credit scores. Banks like Wells Fargo, US Bank, Bank of America, and so many of them, about 10 big banks in the United States, are working on this plan. In an ideal world, if you need credit, what would happen is that you go to a bank and establish a relationship with this bank. This bank, of course, would get your credit history, your credit score, your income, and your ability to repay the card that you're trying to get. For example, if you want to get a credit card, or if you want to get a house loan, a car loan, things of that nature. Now, if you meet all the requirements, then they give you the money. However, nearly 50 million people in the United States do not have credit score, have no credit history, but have income and have the ability to repay the loan. So let's assume that you have a bank account with Bank A and you want to get a credit card from Bank B. Well, the ability for these two banks to share your data would help you secure the card or loan you want to get. Let's assume that you have a deposit account with Bank A and Bank B is where you want to get a credit card. What would happen is that you will have to fill out a credit card application for Bank B, and Bank B will then get your bank information from Bank A. So what kind of information will Bank B be getting from Bank A? Well, they would get things like your bank details, your bank account balances, your overdraft histories, to make sure that you have been a good and responsible financial capable person. Bank B would then have to decide if they approve or disapprove. In that case, if Bank B approves, then you get a loan, and if they don't, you don't get a loan. I believe this is a good thing for a lot of people, especially immigrants that are coming in that have no credit history, or even people that have never established any credit score before. Now, one thing I'll say is that this is still being worked on and is not yet in effect, but they're planning that by the end of the summer into late 2021, this should be available to majority of the people in the United States. I hope that this plan goes through because it will definitely be helpful to a lot of people and help to ease the financial burden on people. This is just a way for me to share this information with you so that you have an alternative way of getting credit cards in the future.